welcome to Beyond the Stream. It's an inside, behind-the-scenes look at HTC and the people that make the company so great. And joining us on this week's edition is Rachel Orr. Hey, Rachel.
Hey, Jack. How are you? Good
Doing
to see
great.
you. It's been a couple years.
Has it been that long?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you got a name change and everything.
I know.
Boy, your life changed.
I know. It sure did. We've been married almost 2 years now.
How about that?
I know. It's crazy.
Why would you do something like getting married?
I don't know. I ask myself that and my husband that every day. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, we've actually been together almost 10 years now. So the 2-year marriage is just a little dust in the hat.
Well, you had it all figured out before you said I do then.
I know.
I know.
He just took a little bit long, you know.
Yeah, I know how that can be.
I know.
Absolutely. I got married. I turned 33 on my honeymoon.
Did you?
So you're far from 33. So, yeah, you got into it early.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Well, the last time you were here, what was your maiden name?
Delmore was my
Okay.
maiden name. So I actually just dropped the Del and kept the Orr. So it actually worked out pretty good.
Okay.
You know,
All
not
right.
too confusing.
If that works for you and that's how you want to explain it, more power to you, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You ever been?
No, but a company that I work with owns a television station in Madison, Wisconsin.
Get
So
out.
got to get up there. Haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I don't recommend. It's pretty cold, 9 months out of the year.
Yeah.
If you like cheese, then maybe go in July, but any other time I wouldn't recommend.
You pretty much have July and 3 weeks of August as your summer, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. And it actually gets pretty hot. I would say it gets like 85 degrees. Well, that's pretty hot for me, not pretty hot for
here,
people living here. But
yeah, that's called Groundhog Day here.
Exactly.
85.
I think we had an 85-degree weather. Was it Friday? It was really warm. We had a little ice cream social event, actually, for a community. And I was out there like, wow, man, it's really hot out here. I don't know how everyone's just hanging out and living life and enjoying this. I'm kind of dying a little bit, but maybe one day I'll get used to it.
Yeah, it'll take you a while.
Yeah.
It will. I grew up here, and there's just some brutal, hot, humid days.
Mm-hmm.
Humidity is a different thing. You do get a little bit of that up in Wisconsin. I've only been to Michigan and Ohio and northern Indiana in the hot summertime, but it's close enough to Wisconsin. I get a vibe.
Yeah.
It does get hot.
It does get hot. It does get hot. There's not really like a full spring or fall, though. I mean, it's just really, really cold or decently warm, and that's just kind of it. You have
a lot of gray
layers.
days.
A lot of gray days, a lot of sunshine. If your favorite activities are staying inside and never coming outside, you are perfect for Wisconsin.
Oh, wow. Great. Yeah. Yeah, Wisconsin got the internet, and they never even noticed.
Yeah.
We weren't coming out anyway. Well, how did you end up down here? Was it Coastal Carolina?
No, actually. So the husband I was talking about earlier, obviously we've been together a long time. He's actually a golf pro, and he's from Wisconsin as well. So if you don't know, as we just talked about, it's a little hard to golf year-round in the snow up there. So he got a couple job opportunities down here, along with the schooling offer down here. And at that point, I was finishing out my degree at University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and I just had, a couple semesters left. And I was like, well, I'll come with you. I'm trying to get out of this snow, and luckily it worked out. So here we are today.
Well, you have that last name, or you think hockey sticks as opposed to golf clubs.
I have never heard that before, and then since I've taken that name, I've always been asked, are you related to Bobby Orr? And I'm like, who is Bobby Orr? So I've had to research.
Goodness gracious. He's almost as famous as Tim Horton.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So a good move, though. I mean, you kind of slid in. You almost have that little Southern Belle thing going on.
You think so?
Oh, wow. Is it okay to say Southern Belle on an HTC Beyond the Stream? I think we'll get away with it.
Well, don't tell anyone else that I'm kind of a Yankee, but, I'll take the Southern Belle.
No, I married a Yankee. Yeah, my wife says she's from the Midwest. She's from Toledo. And I'm like going, no. You're still a Yankee.
What does she think when you call her a Yankee? Does that term offend her?
No, you got to find the right time.
Yeah.
Like we were talking before we sat down. Sometimes guys have to learn the hard way. I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
So that's a term of endearment, and I only get to use it on special occasions.
Yeah. But once you figure it out one time, you don't do it again, right?
Yeah. It's not like I come home and say, is dinner on the table, you crazy Yankee? I've never said that. Never.
Well, I think that's very smart of you.
Thank you very much. I have learned something. Good. Well, how did you end up up at HTC?
Great question. So I actually just finished out schooling at Ori Georgetown Tech, a couple of semesters there, and I've been grateful to have many mentors throughout my career and schooling, and one of which was a professor at Ori Georgetown who actually retired from HTC. His name is Mr. Hux, and he pulled me aside after class one day, and he was like, HTC is having a career fair, and I really think you would fit in greatly there. I really want you to go and attend. So I did, and I listened, and I'm so glad I did, because it put me on, such a career trajectory and a path that I never would have known to go on without his push of going to that career fair. So I actually started as a part-time intern in our call center. Then after that, while I was still in school, I moved to a full-time position, served in some of our retail branches, our Murrells Inlet branch, along with our Georgetown branch, then made my way back to the call center for a leadership position, worked in developments and community coordination, and now I'm doing what I do today in bulk sales. So I've really grown up within the company, to say the least. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back to the call center.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that like?
It was great, a really good way to learn about this company or about, business in general. I highly encourage you to work in a call center. It's kind of like one of those jobs when you say to get really good work experience, everyone has to wait tables once in their life.
Oh, yeah.
I recommend anyone even just to sit in there a day and see what it's like and see all the phone calls they get helping members. And it gives you a really good, well-rounded experience of what this company does and who HTC is.
Yeah, dealing with the public.
100%.
Yeah, because in customer service, working in a call center or waiting tables, people just that's their natural. That's them being natural.
100%.
Because they don't have time to. They're just there.
Yeah.
And they're number one in their mind at that moment, and that's where the customer came up with. The customer is always right.
Yeah.
That was a customer saying that. I'm always right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
It is a different vibe.
It is. But like I said, it was a great experience. You learn every little thing about this company because you never know what that other phone call on the line is going to be. It could be as simple as, hey, I want to make a payment, or I've got this going on, or, this, that, or whatever. So you really learn everything about this company in that role. For sure.
Yeah, if you're in a call center, you probably learned a lot about the company because people were complaining about things, which HTC's customer service is off the chain. I'll preface that. I've been a happy customer for decades. But you probably learned about some things you didn't know the company even offered or did.
Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea. Well, firstly, when I moved here, I had no idea who HTC was, period. And I think a lot of people who come here from a different state likely embody that as well. So I had no idea that this was a local company, founded to help the rural farmers in the 1950s to have local telephone service so they could communicate with one another. I had no idea. And when I learned about that, and of course we don't really offer, we have landline, but no one really takes landline anymore as a service today. You also learn about all the other things we offer, like home security. We have a partnership with AT&T for cell phones, which a lot of people don't know about. And of course our high-speed internet and our cable service is what we're known for today.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I mean, I wanted to have that last landline, and I keep saying that whenever we sit down, but it just didn't work out. And the big push is VoIP anyway.
Yeah. Do you still have home phone at home?
Sure.
You do?
Sure.
Yeah.
Got it at the offices and everything. The thing about I liked about HTC is because I was moving and I had multiple locations with my company at one time. And they just called me and said, hey, Mr. Jack. And that's literally how I picked up the phone. And Sierra is one of the reps that helps me. That name is one you can't forget. She's always been great. And she goes, I think we found a way to save you some money. Well, let me sit right down and you tell me what you got. And I got more services and paid less for them, which was a little bit crazy because I was all scattered about. And, so I love that about the company.
Absolutely. Well, I work with Sierra in sales as well, and I know she's always looking for ways to help her members make sure that there's other opportunities.
Well, tell her I said
there.
hi. I'm sure she'll remember me.
I will.
Banana Jack, she calls me, and she was great. She helped me transition from my Loris office over to the Conway office.
Really?
Yeah.
So when she picks picks up the phone and calls you, does she call you Mr. Banana or Mr. Jack? I have to know.
She can call me anything if she's talking about saving money. I really don't care. See, titles don't mean anything to me. She could call me a Yankee, and it wouldn't even matter. It would be great.
Wow.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, it seems like you got into the history of it, because I was surprised that you would even bring up the early days of the farmers getting phone service.
Yeah, well, you kind of have to, especially in my role in sales. I work specifically with communities and developments here in the county, and you will be surprised. Probably about 5% of the people that live in Horry County were not born and raised in Horry County. Mm-hmm. They have no idea who HTC is, what Horry County was like in the 1950s. So I think it's really important to talk about, how we got started, because we are, the largest cooperative in the nation.
And getting bigger. And
I think a lot of people don't understand that unless you've experienced it or had HTC service yourself and have felt that local feel or got that phone call that said, hey, we found a way to save you some money. I mean, I don't think any other provider out there is going to call you and tell you they have an opportunity for you to save. They would probably wish you keep paying more money to them.
Can you imagine a world where you didn't have a telephone?
It's crazy.
Like in your case,
yeah.
you were waiting 8 years on your guy to ask you to marry him.
I know.
You didn't have a phone. He couldn't call you. You'd just be sitting out on the stoop waiting for him to holler.
I'd probably still be waiting right now.
Yeah. Hey, he's going to holler at any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
pretty crazy. So bulk sales, what's that like? What's that all about?
I kind of explain it as I'm like the Costco or Sam's in internet sales. So instead of selling, one individual line of service, I sell services in bulk, specifically to communities, developments, apartment homes, and I work on a day-to-day basis with, HOA board members, property managements, or ownership groups of some of these multifamily developments, and look for ways to see if it makes sense to add internet or any other service a part of a package so we can bundle it all together and create more value for their community.
Sure. Yeah. I love the bundles. So are you out with maybe on the early stages, because the infrastructure's put in as these communities are being built?
Yeah, so there is two parts to my role in sales on the bulk side. I specifically work in what we call brownfield development. So those are going to be developments that have already been built and established. However, my great partner, Lisa, she works with developers when they're putting in that infrastructure and building that way. And we call that greenfield sales. So she does greenfield and I do brownfield, and we work in tangent in that way.
Well, see, I learned something there. Greenfield and brownfield.
I know. You never would have known.
So what's a typical day like for you?
I hate to say it because everyone does, but every day really, truly is different, Just like we were talking about earlier, last Friday I had a great ice cream social just with some of our community members, showing our appreciation for the community and thanking them for their service. It could be having, a meeting with the board. I do a lot of community presentations or town halls, so I might be attending your HOA meeting, talking about HTC products and services, or just a day at the office. Kind of all over the place. Right. It's really fun.
Yeah, we were saying just a moment ago, and I don't know if you'll be dealing with this at all, but I live in Myrtle Beach proper.
Yeah.
And I went out to the mailbox, and I had a little white envelope, and you guys are coming to my neighborhood in Myrtle Beach.
Are you? Well, great.
I have most of my services in businesses around the county, but we're excited about that. I've been and people know that, so they're asking me in the neighborhood, what do I know about HTC?
Good.
And I'm like going, you got to get it. You got to get it. So are you impacted by that at all, some of the new customers that will be coming in?
Yeah, I mean, we always look at that and opportunities. As a cooperative, we always look for building our infrastructure, especially in places that we don't have service now, or in places that are very rural that don't have the opportunity for internet service. So absolutely, it affects my day-to-day.
Sounds good. Rachel Orr, thank you for coming to visit us.
Thanks, Jack.
All righty. Yeah, bulk sales associate with HTC, another great example of the great folks that make up the company. That's Beyond the Stream for this time. We'll see you again real soon. So long.